Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have an amazing video for you guys today. Here is an article from foxbusiness.com that you guys are going to absolutely love. Now check out this headline. Certain California, Idaho, Florida housing markets most susceptible to downturn in a recession. Places where we have high debt compared to income and home equity are vulnerable. Guys, this is the beginning. The beginning of the housing crash is here. Okay, we are starting to see the cracks. If we jump over to the Redfin housing downturn risk score, okay, I will have a link down to this down in my in the description and the article too. But yeah, these are the areas right here, guys, that are most susceptible to a downturn. Obviously, red being the worst, blue being the best. Now, if you look at this, you can see that the hot areas, California, but when you look at California, this is very interesting. When you have San Francisco, crazy expensive, Oakland, crazy expensive, San Jose, crazy expensive, this part stays blue, right? You gotta wonder why. Because the people that live here make so much money, okay? Right here, you have all the tech executives, Silicon Valley's right here in San Jose. But a lot of the people, what ends up happening is they move a little bit farther out, Sacramento's not as desirable, Stockton not as desirable. But that's where you find affordable housing. Same thing with Los Angeles and Southern California. You got Riverside, right? It's more closer to the mountains. A lot of people like living closer to the beach, but it's very unaffordable for most people. So they go out to, they commute back and forth. It's a huge, long drive, but if you want to get, affordable housing out in California, in Southern California, definitely going out closer to the mountains is better. San Diego is going through a big change. People love San Diego. San Diego is a beach city, but prices have gone way too high in those areas. We got right here Las Vegas, obviously, is always a hub for people to move there because, people love the desert and it's very affordable. But yeah, that city tends to, be part of the housing bubble. Always goes up, whenever we have a housing bubble, people always flock there. And then you have obviously South Florida, which right here, Cape Coral went up a lot. Then you have like Tampa. Yeah, so these are the risk of basically going into a downturn. Austin, Texas, we know that it was super inflated, right? We have Knoxville. I know a lot of you guys have been hearing that a lot of people are flocking to Tennessee, especially Knoxville, and prices are kind of going crazy there too. Utah, Salt Lake City, Idaho, Boise, all these people from Seattle, from the Bay Area, they all fled to Boise because it's really outdoorsy, it's very, very pretty, and basically it shot the prices up like crazy here, right? And now we're starting to see a downturn in the city. Portland, Oregon, beautiful place. Been in the news lately for some bad stuff, but just in general, beautiful city. Again, people from the Bay Area down here from California love going to Portland, and it makes those prices jump up. Again, same thing with Arizona. So guys, if you're in these blue areas, okay, you are safe. Your house is gonna stay relatively the same price, but you probably didn't see the increases that a lot of these red dot cities had. So that is something to think about. Now, if you go into the sale prices, what is selling across the United States, you definitely see we still have a huge disparity. This has happened because coronavirus here was this red line, 2020. This big dip was basically when we shut down and we lowered interest rates to basically zero. But at the same time, because it was coronavirus, people were kind of scared. A lot of people weren't posting their houses. So if you look at, like, for example, new listing sales, so 2020, everything shut down and nobody was putting their house up for sale on the market because you know, everybody was scared, and it took a while. It took a while for that supply for people to, you know, get back into the market, right, and put their house up for sale. But right in this period is when the Feds lowered the rates to 0, and as a result, you know, we see what happened was we had a huge boom. Look at that huge boom, and we went from an average house price of $276 back in 2019 all the way to $387. And what is happening basically is that it's unsustainable, right? Now here, getting back to the article, I want to just get some information out of it for you guys. So basically, housing markets that surged in popularity during the coronavirus pandemic saw rapid rise in home price increase, most acceptable housing markets if a recession occurs, according to the new report. So they're saying, if you scroll down right here, top 10 markets that are most acceptable to a housing downturn, you got Riverside, Idaho, Boise, Cape Coral, North Point, Florida, Las Vegas, Sacramento, Bakersfield, Phoenix, Tampa, Tucson, right? This is scary stuff if you bought in these areas, right? If you bought in the last year, right, you're probably going to see a downturn. But here's what I think as a whole. The people that bought in these areas, these red areas, what's really happening there is that, you know, it was the people that had the means, right? It's the people that were able to foresee inflation coming, and a lot of people decided to take those low interest rates and move their money into housing, into real estate, because we all know that real estate is a great hedge against inflation. So a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of people took advantage of that situation, right? And they said, hey, you know what? If inflation starts going up, right, I'm gonna put my money in real estate, right? Even if real estate goes down a little bit, you know, remember, real estate is long term, right? So that's another reason why, you know, prices went up so much, because there was a frenzy. There was a frenzy in getting into properties to hedge against inflation, right? So that's kind of what we saw. But again, when it rises this much, it's unsustainable, and it is due to come down, and it's due to crash. I believe that this is the peak right here. Okay, we are already past the peak. We just went from a complete seller's market to a complete buyer's market, basically one day to the next. So right now, you know, you can see that the new listing prices, they're trying to keep up, you know, they're trying to keep the prices high, but they won't be able to keep this high for much longer. The wheels are coming off, and the housing market is due for a huge correction as we see it go down, possibly to 2019 levels is what I suspect. Possibly below 2019 levels too. We'll see. We'll keep we will keep our eye out for that. Now, check this out, guys. I just want to say, I just started this channel talking about housing. This was an older channel. I used to talk about crypto, but now I'm talking about housing. And basically, it's like starting all over. And I want to say I've had great movement. You know, a lot of people have been watching these videos. I'm really happy, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are awesome, and I couldn't do it without you guys. Thanks for all the comments, and thanks for all the likes. I really do appreciate it. And for those who are not subscribed, you know, please, if you like these videos, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.